I want to start off with GPO's role for 100 years in the passport operation. As we look back a handful of years ago, there were significant delays as it relates to passports. Obviously, there's a role of the State Department, GPO. Was part of that delay the result of GPO technology? Could you provide a little bit of color as to what that delay was and how some of that has already been solved in ways that GPO is analyzing a potential future increase in the demand for passports?
Absolutely. So it's important to remember GPO produces the blank passports that the State Department then adjudicates and personalizes. During my tenure, supply has never been a real issue in backlogs. That said, the State Department keeps increasing their orders. This year it's a record 27 million. We are on track to provide that number of passports this year to the State Department. We have boosted our capabilities to deliver passports to the processing centers in timely fashion. So for instance, we just opened up a new distribution facility adjacent to our Pueblo distribution facility where we can ensure that West Coast processing facilities will be within 1 day's delivery time for passports, much like East Coast and southern processing centers. So we continue to work with our State Department customer to make sure that we deliver the supplies they need.
So I'm going to bring you all the way down. You think you from the supply side of GPO, you think you can meet the demand?
We believe we can.
Okay.
We're continuing to hire folks. We need to make sure that we've
understood. Only in cognizant of the time, we could go for probably 5 hours talking about it, but that's helpful to know, because I think making sure that these are processed quickly is really important.
Absolutely.
Let me shift gears a little bit into the business model. Uniquely, GPO is largely self-funded, about a 90-10 ratio, 10% appropriated by Congress, 90% billing your customers, if you will. As you look out at the change in the business model from printing into more of a digital framework, do you think you can maintain that balance? Can you improve upon that balance? How do you look out in the future?
Absolutely. So the short answer is that our pricing structure is focused on what it takes for us to produce the entire item. So let me give you an example. The congressional record is a good example. We bill that at several $100s per page, and that includes everything from doing the document conversion to laying it out to ultimately producing it online and in its tangible format. One price covers everything. That has worked really, really well for us. We adjust those prices as we need to. We realize that both Congress and some of our executive branch customers are increasingly price conscious, so we're looking for new investments in technology and other things to drive those costs down.
With my 90 seconds remaining, I want to touch base on that technology. Some of what you talked about earlier, I think was quite interesting about how you're converting hard text into digital format. Obviously, AI has a huge opportunity, and just broadly technology writ large. If we think about that conversion process, what it looked like even 5 or 10 years ago, we're light years ahead of where we were. Do you utilize AI? Do you think you have the technology needed? How do you think that'll transform GPO?
We use machine learning and associated technologies in a variety of different places. We are looking very closely at solutions. So one thing that we have deployed recently is a technology called Schematron, which can figure out if our structured data files are internally consistent and flag problems before they become bigger problems. We still haven't found a good substitute for a GPO proofreader. They've been doing this work for years. They know how you talk, and they know what that's supposed to look like. And their job is to make sure that they are faithfully presenting your remarks in the congressional record or in your bill or whatever. And we haven't found a machine that can do that as well as our well-trained folks yet. So I think we are open to looking at a mix of technologies that can really let our people do the work they do best and try and clear out some of that more routine scut work.
Very good. Thank you very much, Director. Thanks for being here, and welcome back to the House.
Thank you.
I yield back.